Welcome to Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune, our nation's largest amphibious training base on the East Coast. For more than 80 years, this legendary installation has been the home of Marine Expeditionary Forces in readiness. It is also the headquarters of Marine Corps Installations East, the regional command for 6 Marine Corps installations in the southeastern United States. Located in Jacksonville, North Carolina, Camp Lejeune's central mission is to ensure the Marines and sailors of the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force are trained and ready to deploy worldwide and answer the nation's call wherever it may be. Generations of Marines have called Camp Lejeune home, exercised over these same beaches, crossed these same fields, and passed through these same classrooms in preparation for missions around the globe, which have all led to epic victories and heroic sacrifices. Camp Lejeune has played a key role in our nation's defense in every major conflict since World War II. The Camp Lejeune story began in 1940. World War II had been raging in Europe for more than a year, and military planners were posturing forces for America's imminent entry into the fight. On May 1st, Lieutenant Colonel William P.T. Hill was ordered to build, equip, and begin operating a Marine Corps base capable of training a full division of Marines. Selected for its proximity to 2 deep water ports and suitability to train newly conceived amphibious forces needed to land on hostile shores, the Marine barracks at New River grew quickly in size and capacity, and admirably played its part in the history of the Second World War. Along the way, the base was renamed for our 13th Commandant, General John A. Lejeune, who played a pivotal role in the development of the modern Marine Corps and the amphibious doctrine that propelled the Corps to fame during World War II. Throughout its history, the base has been the site of a number of historic firsts. The assemblage of Marine Corps' first division-sized force took place here. The first classes of women Marines formed here, and the Corps famously took its first steps towards racial integration with the establishment of a training camp for African American men at Montford Point during 1942. The idea of special operations capable Marine expeditionary units was also born at Camp Lejeune. Boasting 150,000 acres, 11 miles of beachfront, and 78 miles of inland waterfront, the value of this land to the Marine Corps has grown over the years as men and women have trained to fight in wars in the Pacific Islands, Korea, Vietnam, Kuwait, Afghanistan, and Iraq, cementing its world-renowned tradition of excellence. It remains a premier location for the training of Joint, Coalition, and North Atlantic Treaty Organization forces. Today, as 21st century adversaries leverage new and dangerous combat capabilities, Camp Lejeune continues to lead the way in promoting experimentation, innovation, and warfighting excellence. As a 9-time recipient of the Commander-in-Chief's Installation Excellence Award, Camp Lejeune's reputation as a world-class facility is well established, and it has taken the lead in the development of new training methods, ranges, and technologies designed to meet emerging challenges and threats. For 80-plus years, Camp Lejeune has long maintained its reputation as a premier training venue and power projection platform from which Marine forces can train, launch, and recover from missions all over the world. Along with our aviation components stationed at Marine Corps Air Stations New River and Cherry Point, Marine Air-Ground Task Forces are able to meet training needs ranging from the individual infantrymen up to and including the MAGTF command element. Camp Lejeune's increasingly modern and capable range complex offers challenging opportunities for the coordination of air, surface, and sea-based fires in a realistic environment that is on pace with developing concepts of employment. On any given day, Marines are refining their marksmanship skills at the rifle range, practicing small unit tactics, techniques, and procedures at one of many fire and maneuver ranges, or conducting supporting arms fire from artillery, mortars, aviation, and naval gunfire. Additionally, Marines are able to refine platoon and company-level battle skills, rehearse raid scenarios, conduct reconnaissance, establish forward operating bases, conduct tactical resupply and refueling operations, execute ship-to-shore movements and other amphibious operations, practice heliborne operations, conduct operations in urban terrain, or even rehearse skills in simulators prior to executing them in the field. Spread across 246 square miles, Camp Lejeune features 94 training areas, 27 gun positions, 47 tactical landing zones, 6 military operations in urban terrain areas, 2 airfield seizure facilities, 10 engineer training areas, 12 simulator facilities, and 4 special use airspace areas, and much, much more. As new requirements are generated for ranges and training areas, whether they be in support of a new weapon system or changing tactics and techniques, the base's range development team worked closely with various tenant commands to ensure its ranges are directly linked to their operational objectives. While providing realistic training opportunities is the most important purpose of Camp Lejeune, doing so in a way that does not jeopardize its natural resources, coastal ecosystems, or the habitat of threatened and endangered species is always a key consideration. The balance between training requirements and resource management is continually reviewed and adjusted to ensure the long-term viability of both. More than just training Marines and sailors, Camp Lejeune is also committed to providing safe and secure living areas for Marines and their families while enriching their quality of life. Everything found in small towns across America is here behind the gates at Camp Lejeune. In addition to single Marine barracks, privately managed family housing, and Department of Defense-sponsored schools, there are child development centers, a Level 3 trauma care medical facilities, libraries, playgrounds, post offices, barber shops, retail shops, restaurants, movie theaters, convenience stores, gas stations, fitness facilities, green spaces, and a recreational beach area on the installation as well. So what does it take to run an installation of this magnitude? Every day, thousands of civilians and a battalion of Marines and sailors come to work with a singular purpose in mind: to provide those 124,000 customers they impact with a gold standard of service, whether it be in training, environmental management, community services, Marine and family programs, or facilities maintenance. Behind the base is a dedicated team of professionals who are committed to supporting the readiness of Marines and their families in everything they do. Camp Lejeune is a base on the move. Over the next 5 years, the installation will complete an epic, multi-billion-dollar transformation that will enable it to better support and sustain the Marine Corps as it prepares to meet the threats posed by our nation's enemies and hostile competitors. The base will honor General Lejeune's legacy as it continues to play a leading role in the development of the paradigm-shifting weapons, technologies, tactics, and training methodologies that will inevitably come to define war for America's next generation of warriors.